Dear boys, welcome to my online class. How are you? I hope you all are well at your respective houses. During this corona pandemic, cadets, you know we are passing too much crisis time. In this time, it is essential to protect yourself. So maintain social distance in everywhere for your safety. Don't go outside from your home. Stay at home and stay safe. I am Pudita Kumar, Assistant Professor of Zoology, Borisal Cat College. My today's topic is digestive glands of human body, which is included chapter 5, and the name of the chapter is Food, Nutrition and Digestion. Here boys, it is my second lesson with you. In my previous class, I have discussed about the alimentary canal of digestive system. But now I will discuss rest of the part of this system. At the end of this class, you will be able to explain the functions of the liver, explain the functions of the pancreas, evaluate the role of enzymes in digestion. Now, what is digestive gland? The glands which secretes liquid substances to take part in digestion is known as digestive glands. There are three types of digestive glands found in our body. Number one, salivary glands. Number two, liver. And number three, pancreas. Salivary glands. Three types of salivary glands found in our mouth. First of all, parotid gland. Number second is submandibular, and number three, sublingual. The number of parotid gland is one pair, submandibular is one pair, and sublingual is one pair. So total three pairs of salivary glands found in our mouth. Look at this picture, boys. The location of parotid gland. Parotid gland situated just below the ear, and this is our submandibular gland. It is situated just below our mandible or the lower jaw, and this is sublingual gland. It is situated just below the tongue. The secretion of salivary glands is known as saliva. Saliva contains water, mucus, which helps in lubrication of food, lysozyme enzyme, which act as an antibacterial agent, and also contains salivary amylase or ptyalin enzyme, which helps in the digestion of starch into maltose. Now liver. It is the largest gland in our human body. Its color is deep green. Its weight is 1500 gram. It consists of four incomplete lobes. Right lobe is larger than left lobe, and its cell is called hepatic cell. Look at this figure, boys. It is our liver. Here is in a diaphragm. So liver is situated just below the diaphragm and near stomach. Bile is produced in here, so it is called factory for bile. Bile is deep green color. Excess glucose is stored here as a glycogen. This process is called glucogenesis. Liver is also called organic laboratory because various organic reaction occurs in liver. Vitamins, iron and other minerals are stored in here. Bile helps in the breakdown of fatty substance into small droplets. This process is called emulsification, and the small particles are called emulsified particles. Nitrogenous waste products, that is urea, is also produced in liver. Pancreas. It is consist of two Greek words, pan and crease. Pan means all, crease means flesh. It's named pancreas because of the fleshy appearance. It is about 12 to 15 centimeter long, 2.5 centimeter wide, and weight about 60 gram. It is leaf shaped and yellow color. It is the source of enzymes trypsin, lipase, and amylase. This is our pancreas, just situated below the liver and nearest the stomach, and it is yellow color. It has two properties, that is exocrine and endocrine. From exocrine, it secretes these three types of enzymes, that is trypsin, lipase, and amylase. And from endocrine, we get two hormones, that is glucagon and insulin. These two hormones control our glucose level in blood, and so it is called mixed gland because we get enzymes and hormones from here. So it is called mixed gland. This is the figure of pancreas. Look just like leaf-shaped and yellow color, and the front part of pancreas is called, this part is called head, and middle part is called body, and the last part which is pointed, that is called tail. And there is a duct, this duct is called pancreatic duct, and another duct come from bile, this is called bile duct, and bile duct and pancreatic duct form together and make a common duct, that is called hepatopancreatic duct. This hepatopancreatic duct opens into duodenum. Now, gastric glands. The glands in the stomach wall are called gastric glands. Mucous cell and parietal cells is in here. These cells are secret mucin or HCl or hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid destroys the germs which come with food in stomach. So these are the called gastric glands. And these glands also helps in our digestion. Intestinal glands. Intestinal means the intestinal which secretion we get from intestinal wall. Intestinal wall possesses villi, contains intestinal glands. The secretion of this gland is known as intestinal juice. This is our villi. Villi is the finger-like projection which is found in small intestine, and this villi contains blood capillaries, and villi increase the surface area of ileum, and villi absorb the digested elements. Now, digestion of food. At first, in buccal cavity. Digestion starts in buccal cavity. Dear boys, do you know what is the digestion? I have already told it in my first class. Now I repeat it. The biochemical process by which complex food substance break down into simple and absorbable elements in the presence of enzymes is called digestion. And this digestion starts in buccal cavity. Only carbohydrate types of food digest in here by ptyalin enzyme, which is secreted by salivary gland. Protein and fats have no change in the buccal cavity. In stomach, when food reaches the stomach, gastric juice is secreted from the inner wall. This juice contains hydrochloric acid, which kills the germs coming with the food substance and also converts pepsinogen into active pepsin. Inactive stage of pepsin is called pepsinogen. This pepsinogen converts into active pepsin with the help of HCl. Here, inactive pepsin convert into active pepsin by HCl. This active pepsin again convert into protein into polypeptide. So polypeptide is made from protein by pepsin enzyme. But polypeptide is also a complex form of protein, so it is so body cannot absorb it. Uh, when it is converted into amino acid, then body can absorb it. So only 14 types of food digest in stomach, but carbohydrate and fats do not occur in stomach. So there is no change in carbohydrate and fats in stomach. In small intestine, when chyme enters the duodenum, pancreatic juice and bile are secreted through the hepatopancreatic duct. The pancreatic juice contains the digestive process of proteins and carbohydrates and start fat digestion. That is, carbohydrate, protein, and fats both are digestion is complete in small intestine. At first, bile salts emulsifies fats. Emulsifies fats means bile converted into fatty substance into simple small pieces, that is called emulsified particles, and these emulsified particles then converts into fatty acid and glycerol by lipase enzyme. So fats uh, converted into fatty acid plus glycerol by lipase enzyme. Fatty acid and glycerol is a simple form of fats, so body can absorb this substance. Then polypeptide, this polypeptide we got it from stomach. So polypeptide converted into amino acid by trypsin enzyme. So trypsin enzyme helps the breakdown of polypeptide into amino acid. So amino acid is the simple form of protein. So body can absorb it. Again, carbohydrate converted into glucose by amylase. This amylase enzyme secreted from pancreas, and this amylase converted into carbohydrate into glucose. So glucose is the simple form of carbohydrate. So body can absorb this substance. Now, dear boys, summary of fat digestion. Dear boys, look at the diagram. It is complex state of fats and oil. Uh, this substance directly, body cannot direct absorb it. At first, this substance break down by bile, and this is called emulsified, or the process is called emulsification. Look, the bile is mixed with this fatty substance. Here, bile come from this figure is symbol of tap. So actually, this is use symbol of gallbladder, and this bile converted fatty substance into small pieces, that is called emulsified particles. These emulsified particles again uh, uh, converted into simple substance by lipase. So lipase helps the emulsified particles into fatty acid and glycerol. Then this is fatty acid and glycerol. So then this fatty acid and glycerol body can absorb it, otherwise not. Another figure, summary of protein digestion. Look at this figure. Here is protein, so it is a large and branch chain which body cannot absorb it directly. So it need to be breakdown. So here this chain breakdown by trypsin enzyme, which secrete from pancreas into peptide. Peptide is also a compound form, not simple form. So here still body is still too big, so body cannot absorb. Then peptide also break down into small pieces, that is called amino acid by peptidase enzyme. So amino acid is a simple form of protein. So this amino acid body can absorb it. Now summary of carbohydrate digestion. Look boys, here is starch. I mean carbohydrate. Carbohydrate is a complex condition. So here a chain of monosaccharide. So this chain of monosaccharide body cannot absorb. It should be break down by enzymes. So at first this chain break down by amylase enzyme into two molecules. These two molecules are maltose, but these two molecules are monosaccharide body cannot absorb. So it should be convert into glucose. Glucose is the simple form of carbohydrate. So this maltose again convert into simple form by maltase enzyme and form it glucose. So this is the single form of carbohydrate. So this glucose body can directly absorb. So it is a summary of carbohydrate digestion. Now let's watch a video clip.
Everybody needs to know these elementary facts, that food begins its journey through our digestive tracts, in the mouth, and before it travels very far, it must be chewed thoroughly and mixed with saliva. Do you know the general direction that food travels during the process of digestion? The food becomes a bolus, and if it is followed down the esophagus after it is swallowed, waves of peristalsis push it right along to the stomach, where you'll find acid that is strong. Do you know the general direction that food travels during the process of digestion? After being churned in the stomach for a time, it becomes a liquid that is known as chyme. This is further broken down by enzymes and absorbed through the walls of the small intestine, whose surface area is greatly increased by lots of finger-like projections called villi. Do you know the general direction that food travels during the process of digestion? If you travel further down the line, finally you come to the large intestine, where water and electrolytes are removed, turning what is left into solid poo. And what began its journey as a tasty meal goes out through the anus as waste material. Now you know the general direction that food travels during the process of digestion. Now you know the general direction that food travels during the process of digestion.
Yes, I hope you have got the clear idea about digestive system and the digestion process from these video clips. Okay, do you have any question? If you have any query, please write down it in your inbox. Okay, boys, now your homework. At first, multiple choice question. First question, insulin is secreted from which gland? Number 2, what is the color of liver? Number 3, what is the color of bile? Number 4, which one is the largest gland of human body? Number 5, hepatopancreatic duct opens into duodenum and carries. Number 6, work as digestive gland. If you follow my lesson attentively, then you can easily find out the answer of these questions. Please find out the answer of this question. Now another homework. It is your creative quotient. First question, what is digestive gland? Number B, which type of food digests in buccal cavity? Explain. Number C, without P, body cannot run. Explain this statement. Number D, analyze the role in digestion of the stomach organ. Okay, dear boys, you will find out the answer and write down it on your notebook. I want to say again, don't go outside from your home, stay at home and stay safe. Thank you, dear boys. Next day, I will take your blood circulatory system.